Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. For those who are new here, I'm Kat from Broccokat Graphics, and I'm a graphic designer and illustrator here in the Pacific Northwest, and I create nature-inspired art. Today I wanted to share something pretty personal with you all. Recently I received an ADHD diagnosis, and as someone who's built their career around creativity, it's been both eye-opening and validating in ways I didn't expect. So for the longest time I thought my creative process was just chaotic. The way I'd jump between projects, get completely absorbed in one thing for hours, and then suddenly feel scattered and overwhelmed. Sometimes my brain feels exactly like this. Ideas and thoughts flowing everywhere, mixing together in ways I can't always control or predict. But learning about ADHD has helped me understand that there's actually intention behind what I thought was randomness. Just like this scattered, chaotic process can create something beautiful, my scattered thoughts often led to my most creative breakthroughs. And then there are moments like this, where everything clicks into place, where the chaos settles into focus and I can channel all that scattered energy into something precise and intentional. I know there's a lot of conversation lately about ADHD diagnosis, and I've heard people say things like, "Everyone has ADHD these days, Kat," or "We all get distracted sometimes." And yeah, while it's true that everyone might have moments where they feel scattered or unfocused, living with ADHD means experiencing these challenges at a level that genuinely impacts your daily life, consistently. For me, it just wasn't about distraction, it was patterns. They affected my work, my relationships, my ability to manage my business. Getting diagnosed wasn't about finding an excuse. It was about finally understanding why certain things that seemed so simple for others felt so challenging for me. I've started taking medication, and honestly, it's been a learning curve. Some days it helps me focus in ways I never could imagine before, like being able to sit and work on detailed pieces like these without my mind wandering to the 10 other projects I wanted to start. And here's something that's really eye-opening about trying medication. Sometimes it does help me focus, but my brain doesn't always decipher what I actually need to focus on. I'll get completely locked into organizing my art supplies for like 3 hours when I'm supposed to be editing a video. It's like my brain gets this laser focus, but it's pointed in the wrong direction. People think ADHD medication just helps you focus better, but what they don't realize is that sometimes you get so hyper-focused on the wrong task entirely. You become so absorbed in reorganizing your email folders that you miss your actual deadline. I recently had a perfect example of how unpredictable this can be. I had planned to do my usually weekly video editing at the library, somewhere I thought would help me concentrate. But instead, I found myself completely overstimulated by everything happening around me. There were people asking librarians for help, toddlers exploring and being adorable, conversations happening at what I felt like volumes way too loud for my brain to filter out. Even though I managed to get a few small things done, I couldn't focus on the actual video I needed to edit. I came home feeling restless and scattered. My brain decided that I absolutely could not continue with anything unless I learned this new software I'd downloaded. The tutorial was freaking hours long, but somehow that felt way more urgent than editing I actually needed to do. That's when I decided to do something that didn't require heavy thinking, like painting these wooden pieces. But here's the thing about ADHD. Even while my hands were busy with this calming, repetitive work, my brain was stuck on a loop, thinking only about that editing tutorial. I couldn't be present with what I was actually doing. It's frustrating because people might look at this and think, well, at least you got something productive done. But the mental exhaustion from fighting your own brain all day is real. Some days working with ADHD feels like trying to tune in a radio station while someone else keeps changing the darn frequency. It's not a magic fix. I've had to completely change how I organize myself and approach my work. What worked before doesn't always work now, and what works now doesn't always work every day. Some days the medication helps me hyperfocus on wrong things entirely. It's been about learning to work with my brain, not against it. Whether that's with medication, new organizational systems, or just accepting that some days my creative process is going to look like a chaotic pour paint, and other days it's going to look like focused, intentional work. There's something really grounding about this kind of work, painting these wooden frames. It's repetitive enough to keep my hands busy while my mind can wander and process. It's like meditation, but productive meditation, if you will. Getting this diagnosis has been like getting a user manual for your own brain. It explains why I work best with background music, why I need to physically organize my workspace when I'm feeling overwhelmed, and why some of my most creative breakthroughs happen when I'm doing something completely different. Like taking those walks by the river. I'm still learning what this means for my creative practice in my business, but I wanted to share this with you because I know that there are other creative folks out there who might relate to this experience. Your brain isn't broken if it works differently. Sometimes it just needs different tools and understanding. Thanks for letting me share this journey of mine with ADHD. If you suffer from ADHD and creativity, I'd love to hear your experience in the comments. In the meantime, keep creating and design anything however your brain decides is right for you.